Welcome to Parenting Unscripted. I am your host, Katie Collett. Today, we are focused on grandparents. They play such a huge role in our lives, and they're so special. So often they play a key role in the family unit, from spoiler of the grandkids to caretaker. Life is just better with grandparents. But being a grandparent doesn't mean you're nearing the end of your own goals and dreams. We're going to talk a lot more about that with my guest today, Dr. Marsha McLean, who is the CEO and founder of Grandmas 2.0. Dr. Marsha, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Katie. It has been so wonderful. I'm so excited.
We are so happy that you are here today. I loved reading all about you and how you got your start, your education, and you did it all being a grandma. Can you walk us through your education and what got you to this point?
Yes. Well, I would love to say what got me to this point is me, but it was actually a blessing from God and favor. And just being a grandma, I thought it was important that I really be a role model for my children and then their children, to let them know that you can do anything. It doesn't matter when in life you try to do it, but you can do anything that you really set your mind to, set some goals, and then do what you need to do in order to achieve those goals.
Yes.
So that's really, people would say to me, I want to tell you this story. People would say to me, you don't look like a grandma. And I'm like, well, what does a grandma look like and act like, right?
Right.
And so, I think we have this vision of grandmas being old, wearing muumuus, sitting on the porch,
Right.
knitting, baking, and I'm not that kind of grandma.
No,
okay?
ma'am. I'm from just meeting you today. I know you are not that kind of grandma.
So again, it goes back to helping children and grandchildren understand that you define who you are,
Yes.
no
And
one else.
Exactly. And through this and through your education, where did you receive your doctorate?
So I got my doctorate from Morgan State University in Baltimore. And while I was there doing that, I was also working because I also want my children to understand that, sometimes we take different routes. Now, my first path through college was right out of high school. I went to North Carolina Central University. I enjoyed it, probably enjoyed it a little too much.
Amen.
And so
We should.
but I live to tell the story, right? So-
Naturally.
right. And so I tell them too that, yes, we want to take the straight and narrow path, but sometimes life doesn't let you do that. I fell
Right.
in love and all those things, right? So,
Of course.
right.
Yeah.
And that was important to me. So I got a little sidetracked, but then I got back on track once I had my children because I said, okay, I've got to do this for them to show them that you need, in this world, you need to have an education. Now, people
Absolutely.
would say today it's not that way, but I tend to disagree.
Right.
However,
Right.
but
Yeah.
so that's what I did. And I got back on track. My children and I would sit and do our homework together.
Oh,
I
yeah.
worked at the same school. They attended an elementary school, and I could be an advocate for them. I learned so much about being a parent and now grandparent based on those experiences in my life. And I would not change it for anything. I would not.
You shouldn't. Those experiences brought you to where you are today.
Yes.
And the
yes.
creation of Grandmas 2.0. So why don't you explain why you founded that and exactly what the organization is?
Okay. So, and I love to talk about Grandmas 2.0. It is an organization, in my opinion, whose time has come because we tend to, again, see grandparents, especially women, as, okay, you've had your time, Grandma. It's time for you to sit down now. The only thing you can do now is babysit grandchildren, on our time and, dole out money.
Right.
And I'm like, no, the devil is a lie because I have things that I want to do.
Yeah.
So when my children all finished high school and went to college, and my daughter, who's the youngest of three, when she went off to college, I said, oh my God, this is my time now to go back to school and get my doctorate degree. And so that's what I did. And then when I got into that, it took me about 5 years to do that. But when I got into that, that's when I found out I was going to be a grandma. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready.
Here we go.
No, I'm not a grandma type. Because I even had those visions myself.
Yeah.
Where, you see people as grandparents and you're like, oh, okay, they're old, they're retired, they don't have anything else to do, so they can cater to us now.
Yeah.
But I took that time to really redefine who I am. And I said, okay, wait a minute. I don't want to be that typical grandma. I want
Mhm.
to do something different, something out of the box. I changed my hair. I changed. That's when I went blonde, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
listen, I think that's a lovely choice. It looks fabulous.
because they do say they have more fun. So I said, I need to test that theory
Did
and
you find
see.
it to be true?
It does. Wait a minute. Let me stop. Don't get me in trouble, Katie. Right?
But that's so much fun.
But that is true. That is true. They do have a lot of fun. Oh my God. People would ask me, well, oh, I love your hair. I cut my hair off,
Mhm.
shortened it, and everything. I
Yeah.
really changed. I moved to the DC area.
Mhm.
There was so much fun there because I was in Hampton Roads,
Yes.
before that. And then I moved to DC. And I just had a lot of fun. I had this little two-seater Mini Cooper
Oh, yeah. You were living it.
convertible.
Yeah. You were living the life.
I was. And people would say, that's when people would say, well, you don't act like a grandma. And I was just trying to fit into the role, but I knew I didn't want that typical grandma role, what
Mhm.
I refer to as the 1.0 version.
Yes.
So that's how I came up with the 2.0. Because, at the time, these phones and this technology we have, there's always an advanced version,
Of
right?
course.
And I said, I am a 2.0 grandma, an advanced version of a grandma. We're going to do things totally different. I'm going to do it my way because I don't want people to see me in that light because that's not me.
Right.
And, it wasn't that my age wasn't appropriate for a grandma because today's grandmas, some of them are 40, some of them even younger than that.
Correct.
And I was in my 40s and I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready for this. So let me figure out how I'm going to do this. So I figured I would write my own chapter. So
Mhm.
that's what I did.
And you created your own nonprofit. So talk
Yes,
about writing a
yes.
chapter.
Yeah.
You literally wrote a book
Right.
and you created a whole nonprofit.
Yes.
When we come back on the other side of the break, I really want to explain the mentorship, the coaching that you offer grandmas as they're going through this new change in their life. A beautiful change and so important, but still making sure that they're able to remember exactly who they are. So we are going to be right back on the other side of the break with Dr. Marsha. Stay with us.
Whether you're already working in education or aspiring to, then say yes to NPS. Norfolk Public Schools are currently hiring in the following positions. NPS offers the highest salaries and sign-on bonuses in Hampton Roads, plus a work lifestyle you'll love. Say yes to NPS.
Welcome back to Parenting Unscripted, where we are speaking about grandmas, but not just any grandma. We're talking Grandmas 2.0 with Dr. Marsha McLean. And Dr. Marsha, before we went to the break, we were talking about all of the different programs that your nonprofit offers. And I do want to point out that one of the things that you say over and over on your website to grandmas is you are not alone. How important is that for you to get that message across?
Oh my God, that is probably the most important part of what we do at Grandma's 2.0 because grandmas are in a unique position. So you're no longer a mom necessarily, you're
Mhm.
not doing that on a daily basis.
Right.
Now, and you may not be around your grandchildren on a daily basis. So that means you have lots of time to do you.
Yeah.
So I said, do you, girl? That's what I always say, do you. And it's so important, I think, for us to look at it that way. Now, that means too, for some grandmas, they're alone. I remember when I first started the organization, a young lady said to me, she thought, I gave her my card, and she said, oh my God, I love this. She said, my mom needs this because all she wants to do is sit at home and watch soap operas, and that's it. And
Yeah.
I said, that's not good. She needs to get
Yes.
out. I said, tell her about my organization. Have her call me.
Mhm.
Because the thing is, we still need to be around people that
Yes.
helps us with our mental wellness. By
Mhm.
doing that, it helps us socially, it helps us emotionally, it helps us in so many ways. And so part of helping grandmas to be included, is really important. I don't want them to be alone. I want them to know that there's some support out there for you. We
Yeah.
do meetups sometimes. We also just recently started a group called Grandma's Chance.
Mhm.
And it's for those grandmas who are raising grandchildren.
Mhm.
Because I can imagine, I'm not doing that personally,
Yeah.
but I can imagine that is a tough, tough and lonely time.
Right.
And so, again, we want to support them in any way that we can. So sometimes with the coaching, I'm coaching a grandparent to just think of herself differently in a different light.
Right.
right? Because
Yeah.
some of us, I always say we've raised kids, we've raised husbands, right? You know that's true, Katie.
Mine is fairly independent, but
Well, good.
I do
But
know.
yeah, some of us have to raise husbands too.
Yeah.
And so because of that, you don't have a lot of me time. So
Hmm.
this is your time for me.
Yeah.
And that's why I embrace it. Because at first I was looking at it from a totally different perspective. I'm like, wait a minute, this
Hmm.
is my time. I can do whatever I want to
Yes.
now.
And I
And
think
so, yeah.
too, you have the coaching
Hmm.
and you have different elements, like different topics that you will coach on.
Yes,
So
yes.
first, one of the things that I noticed is fashion and beauty.
Hmm.
What does a coaching session look like for that? What can women expect?
So some people say, oh, I don't feel comfortable doing this. I remember when I first started, I was doing webinars
Hmm.
and I had a young lady who does makeup come on and they were like,
Yeah.
oh, we were talking about eyelashes and brows and things, the new thing now, right?
Yes.
Well, I
Yes.
don't know how to do it. And so she showed us how to do it. And then, well, I don't know if I could wear it. Why
Hmm.
can't you wear
Of
it?
course you can.
What does it make you feel like when you do makeup,
Yeah.
for example? Oh, well, I do feel differently. And when we do
Hmm.
the pageants, oh my God, these women change overnight,
Oh.
and like we do rehearsals and I have a really good, I call her contestant coach, but she coaches them how to walk the runway and that sort of thing.
Hmm.
And oh my God, when on the day of the pageant event,
Hmm.
they are totally different people.
Oh.
So we're out here changing lives, which is
Yep.
really beautiful. And we're doing it at a time in a woman's life when many times they feel invisible for one thing. They
Hmm.
don't feel beautiful, maybe like
Right.
they did when they were younger. But
Hmm.
age has nothing to do with beauty.
No,
Not
that's so
one
true.
thing. It is really, and when I tell them, it's a state of mind. So
Hmm.
you have to feel that you're beautiful before anybody else.
Yeah. And
And
it seems
then,
like you're building their confidence too.
yes, it's
And
confidence building.
confidence is beautiful.
Yes.
When you feel good about yourself, you
Yes.
look great.
Yes. When you walk in a room, people notice you,
Yes.
because you finally have come into your own. And for some of us it takes a while.
Hmm.
One of the grandmas said, and this is a short story, I
Oh,
promise.
yeah.
She said,
Take your
"Oh,
time, ma'am. You're
I
good.
don't feel gorgeous when I had the gorgeous grandma pageant, the very first one in Hampton Roads." So she said, I didn't really like that title. And she was crowned queen, the gorgeous grandma of Hampton Roads. And she said, I didn't really like that title. She said, because I never thought of myself as being gorgeous. And
Oh.
now people are asking her to be in their fashion shows and all sorts of things. She said, I just can't believe that people are asking me. And I said,
Oh.
why not? I said, gorgeous is a state of mind. It does
Hmm.
not necessarily mean outside only.
Right.
It's a state of being for,
Yes.
that's inside and outside.
Yeah. Some
And
people
you
just
want to
have that.
project that. Yes.
Yeah, they just have the
So, yeah.
aura.
Yes, exactly. And
Yeah.
so that's what I want them to understand. So we coach on fashion and beauty. We also coach on emotional and social
Yeah.
wellness. So I'm not sure if you know about this or not, but there's these 8 dimensions of wellness.
Hmm.
And when I started doing this work, I did a lot of research because someone asked me to do a session for grandparents.
Hmm.
And so because I'm a professor, I'm an educator,
Yes, ma'am.
I had to do my research. And so I did. And I came across this theory by Dr. Peggy Swarbrick. It was
Hmm.
called the 8 dimensions of wellness. And I'm like, oh, that's fascinating.
Hmm.
So it's not just your outer appearance, your physical well-being, but it's also emotional, social.
Yeah.
It's even occupational. Are you well in what you're doing? Do you like what you're doing? Does it make you happy? It's also about your environment. Does your environment around you? Or maybe that's not the right place for you to be. That could include
Right.
relationships as well. So all of these things. And now we added our own area, which is technology.
Oh
Because a
my
lot of
goodness.
times grandparents we're the ones that are behind, and our grandkids are like, this is how you do it, grandma.
Yep.
Right?
I would need to take that course on some things if I'm being honest.
So it's really enlightening and enhancing grandparents and grandmas, especially on what they do and how they do things, and letting them know that guess what, it's not too late. As one of my friends said, and she who is also in the group, she says, "This is our time."
Yeah. Agreed.
And I love that. I'm
Hmm.
like, oh my God, and it's our time to do what we want to do. Things we put off maybe
Yes.
because, well, I have the kids. Oh, I have my husband. Oh, I have this. But now we can do pretty much just what we want to do.
Right. And
So
you
it's
can do
beautiful.
that while still loving your grandchildren,
Yes. Oh
being
my
a
God,
part of their
yes.
lives, but it's so important to take care of you and to feel fulfilled. And then you're
Yes.
still leading by example. So your sweet little babies, your wonderful grandkids can see, look at my grandmother. She is this amazing woman.
Hmm.
And I think that's so special what you're doing in the
Thank you. Thank
community.
you. Thank you. And my 7 grandchildren, let me talk about them for a minute.
Please
Oh my
do.
God. Yes. So the youngest one is 4.
Hmm.
The oldest one is 23.
Great
And
range.
in the middle, there are these wonderful little funny people. They're just so funny because they all, of course, have their own personality.
Hmm.
And I make a point to build a relationship with each one of them.
Yeah.
My husband and I used to take them so the 4 and 23.
Yes.
So most of them are in the middle there, right? And so the 4-year-old, we have a totally different kind of relationship with him than we do with the others, of
Yeah.
course, because at 4, they do all the cute things. We FaceTime every day.
Love.
He says, "Grandma, I'm making a movie," and he loves dinosaurs, so he's making a
Hmm.
dinosaur movie. So he has to
Perfect.
do a movie for me every day, right? So I listen on FaceTime.
Hmm.
The oldest one is working. He works for the shipyard, and so he's out there doing his thing. And sometimes we're talking, about the adulting, as they call it these
Yep.
days.
Yep.
Where adulting is not as easy as you thought it was. Oh, right.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait for. I know. I used to say those things myself, but I
Don't
know.
rush it, sir.
Exactly. Don't rush it. Then we just have one that just finished college.
Hmm.
And she used to say to me, "Grandma, I want to be a doctor just like you when I grow up." So she's
Aw.
part of the way there, right?
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
studied psychology at Virginia Tech. Oh my God. I was so proud of that young lady. She went all the way through in the 4 years. Nobody in our family have done that. Now we all have degrees, but
Right.
none of us went just 4 years and that was
Straight
it.
through. Yeah.
Straight through. Well, maybe my daughter, I think my daughter did.
Mhm.
But, and so now it's just so amazing to see these children do these things. And my husband and I used to take them on these trips. We call them the grand vacations.
Mhm.
And it would be us and the grandkids. What a beautiful time. And I think
love
that
that.
really helped us build relationships with them.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
and it really taught us. And what we would do before we did the trip, because everybody loves different kind of snacks, everybody loves different kind of cereal. We take them to Dollar Tree when you get stuff for $1.25.
There it
And we
is.
taught them, okay, here's your budget, here's your budget. And one of my granddaughters, she and I, the favorite thing to do was to go to Dollar Tree. She said, "Grandma,
Mhm.
what's my budget?" And I said, "You got $10. And then that was teaching her math. It was
Yes.
also teaching her to be responsible financially as well.
That's
And
true.
so, I love that. I'm a teacher at heart because,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm a college professor. So I'm always teaching. And so I wanted to do that with them as well.
Yeah.
And
That's
then the
smart.
others in the middle, we've got 2 that play basketball who just
Mhm.
love that. And we sometimes go to their games. And then my husband started this. I call it the NGA, the National Grandfathers Associations, like basketball association.
Yes.
So when he gets certain points, he gives him money. And now he saves that money.
Hmm.
So again, teaching financial literacy.
Yep.
And then one of them is a fashionista like his grandma, right?
Mhm.
And so I told him, I said, "I think you should go to fashion school. I think you should be a graphic designer." He's very, very talented.
Mhm.
And so, these children, I feel so honored to have had them in my life, to have been close to them, to
Yeah.
watch them grow up and to spend these special times with them. And
Absolutely.
still, while doing all of that, doing the other things that I do. And so
Yep.
that's what I want grandmas to know. You can still love your grandchildren, still spend time with them, and still have your own life.
Yes. And enjoy a nice, well-rounded life at that.
Yes, that's what's
I
so
do love that
important.
message.
Yes, yes,
We're
yes,
going to
yes.
be right back because I do want to talk about some of the virtual programs that you have as
Perfect.
well. I think that's so important. So we are going to be right back with Dr. Marsha. Stay with us.
This summer, great sleep begins with Raymore and Flanigan's Summer Sleep Deals. Upgrade your comfort and get a free $300 gift card with a select mattress purchase. Plus, Sealy Queen mattresses start at $299. And get select Beauty Rest King mattresses for the price of a queen. Or enjoy no-interest financing so you can buy now and pay over time. And get free next-day mattress delivery on purchases of $500 or more. Your best sleep is waiting only at Raymore and Flanigan.
Other deodorants don't last. Can New Dove Advanced care? A first for me, no BO after dancing.
Your old Dio could never. Switch to 72-hour protection with advanced skincare. Tested by Real Life.
And we are back on Parenting Unscripted, talking once again with Dr. Marsha McLean, who founded Grandmas 2.0, a wonderful nonprofit, making sure grandmas realize you still have a lot of life to live in the best way possible. And I know that one of the ways that you also help grandmas, Dr. Marsha, is through some of your virtual programs. Can you touch on that a little for us?
Yes, yes, yes. We do a lot of virtual webinars, things like that. And we do that based on, again, those 8 dimensions.
Yes.
So we focus, each time we do an event, we focus on a different topic. So most current one that we did was financial literacy or financial wellness, because we want grandmas to be well in that area, to make sure you have covered for yourself, number one. Number two, make sure you've taught and you've maybe left a legacy for your grandchildren. And legacy isn't always dollars and cents. You know,
Right.
legacy can be other things as well. But because we're talking about finances, definitely helping them to understand how to build and creating something that you can leave them.
Yeah.
You know, so we do that as well. We've also done sessions around emotional wellness, just helping people to be good with themselves. So we have different people in the community that we've asked to come in and talk with our grandmas about. The most current one we did was around the financial, and we had a really big group. We did it twice,
Oh,
like a part
yeah.
1, part 2, and
Yes.
people were really into. We had a young lady out of Florida
Mhm.
talk to us about setting up a trust.
Oh,
Right.
wonderful.
So
Yeah.
very, very nice. We all were right. Oh my God, we didn't realize we could do that. How
Mhm.
soon can we do it? You know, those kinds of things,
Right.
right? But just taking on that responsibility of maybe being the person in your family that looks out for, you know, the rest, you know, the
Right.
legacy, your village, so
Right.
to speak. And so yeah, so we've done that. We've done virtual meetups. Sometimes our most recent group, we have a group in the Tidewater area.
Yeah.
And so once we do Gorgeous Grandma Pageant, right, those contestants are now a member of Grandmas 2.0. They get a
Yes.
1-year membership, and then we then do things. And so that group then decides what they want to do. So for community service, for example, in the Hampton Roads area, we decided we were going to hang out with the prom girls, right?
Yes.
So what we
Yeah.
did was we worked with the high schools to identify some young ladies who maybe needed some support and maybe getting their hair done, nails done, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Because again, it goes back to beauty and feeling good about yourself, you
course.
know. And so we met them at the prom. We all got dressed up like we were going to the prom. It was so
Because why
much
not?
fun, right?
I love that.
It was
Put a
so much
gown on
fun.
and be great.
Yes. And so we met them there. We introduced ourselves to them. We took pictures and things like it was a lot of fun. And we had the parents' blessings, of course, to do
Yes.
that. It was a lot of fun.
That
And
sounds
so
great.
that's a community service event that we did. Grandmas get to ride in parades. We rode in the Hampton University parade last year, which was a real big treat. We hope
Yeah.
to ride in the Norfolk State University parade this year as well. And we have these groups around, you know, different groups. Right now, we have 4 different groups that are going at the same time.
Wow.
We got the Hampton Roads group, we got the Tidewater group, we got two groups in North Carolina, one in Charlotte, one in Robeson County, which is where my hometown is in Lumberton, North Carolina.
Oh, that's great.
So, you know, we're doing those kinds of things too with grandmas. And when we have the virtual events, we invite all of them to come and be a part of it. So,
We
yeah.
only have just, unfortunately, a few seconds left. I could talk to you for days, but I know
Me
that
too.
it's so much fun. I know that you have an event coming up that you
Yes.
want to talk about. So
Yes,
we got
yes,
about
yes.
30 seconds. Can you
Okay.
tell us?
It's August 1st. It's going to be at the Virginia Peninsula Community College campus at the Mary T. Christian Theater. And we're doing our Gorgeous Grandma events. This will be the second one for Hampton Roads area. So grandmas in Williamsburg, Newport News, Hampton, and the surrounding area, if you are interested, please reach out to us at Grandmas 2.0 on our website. Please call me. My phone number, I will give it out, 757-254-1175. Dr. Marsha, just ask for me, and we'd love for you to be a contestant. We were looking for sponsors, and we're looking for vendors as well.
Excellent.
Again, August 1st of this year.
Perfect. Dr. Marsha, I could talk to you all day long. What a gift to have you on the show. Thank you for being here today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Katie. It's been my pleasure. And
Thank
thank you
you.
again for taking the time to do and reaching out to me. I really
Of
appreciate it.
course, I'm thrilled you're here.
I'm a huge fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of you too. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone for joining us for this episode of Parenting Unscripted. Remember, you can watch new episodes of Parenting Unscripted every Tuesday at 9 o'clock on WAVY+. Again, thank you for joining us today, and you be good.